Burr, it is cold out.
Wow, it is. It's November already?
It's November already. So we're pre-recording a bonus episode, a series of bonus episodes about the life of Squanto. Did you learn about Squanto growing up much?
Very briefly.
Yeah.
You hear the pilgrim story, Squanto, kind of glance over it. You do some crafts, you make a little turkey thing or like a headdress and you call it a day.
Did you watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special?
Ooh, I've seen it before.
Because he shows up there. Massasoit
true.
and
That's true.
Samoset
Yeah,
and Squanto all show up.
I've seen it less than the Christmas one, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. And Squanto's in the Bible too. So this is like great. Oh. No, so you might be thinking, why are we going with Squanto?
Yeah, well, Squanto, yeah. So why are we going with Squanto? Well, when I don't, somehow I got through my childhood, not really, maybe they said Squanto, but I did not pick up on it. And if you look at the life of Squanto, it's almost reminiscent of like Joseph in the Bible, how he was used and how it appears he became a believer through all that he went through, and played a pivotal role in saving the lives of the pilgrims that were there.
And that's basically what I learned in elementary school, and that's like it. I don't have a good context for his whole life, what happened before or after. It's kind of like that very short snapshot.
Right. So where Squanto grew up would have been in the area of Massachusetts, Rhode Island. There were actually 69 tribes that we know of there that were a part of this Wampanoag. I'm probably mispronouncing that, Wampanoag Confederation. And so that was there. And they would have had some early European contact with traders, like in the late 1500s, like late 1500s, maybe early 1600s. So Squanto, I'm looking at my notes here. I don't see it here, but he was born, I believe, like 1780-ish.
Okay, so we're kind of like, you're setting some background for us.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So he was born, did I say 1780?
You sure did.
1580.
I was like, my whole concept of pilgrims are up. I had a bad education, but there we go.
Around 1580 or so. And so they've had some contact with Europeans, but not a lot. And so you may know of Captain John Smith.
Oh, yes. From that very historically accurate Pocahontas movie by Disney.
Very historically accurate. So he is going on this mission. Okay. And so just going back to my notes, 1605, Squanto likely encountered George Weymouth's expedition. And so that was where they're trading goods and stuff. And then in 1614, Thomas Hunt was a lieutenant, if I got this right, underneath John Smith.
Okay.
And John Smith had told him, go along these coastlines, establish contact with these Indians, see what goods they need. Like they're trying to set up an economy, like get to know them. Let's see what they want, what we can do. But instead of just doing that, he kidnaps Squanto and a handful of other Indians from that area.
And so you're saying Squanto may have been born around 1580 or something. Was that what you're saying? 70s?
Yes.
80s?
So he's probably 20, early 20s, maybe a late teenager, if I remember that right. Because I believe he lives to be around just in his mid 40s. Because he's going to die from a disease shortly after the pilgrims.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry,
no, I'm just kidding.
Sorry. So he dies in his mid 40s. So that puts him around 1580. So he's kidnapped in 1614 by Thomas Hunt. And this is a betrayal. It's not something that was condoned by
John Smith wasn't do this.
He wasn't
Sneak
there.
Attack. Okay.
And in fact, England would later kind of put out a statement that says that this was wrong, although not much happened to him from what we can tell. So Squanto, he's born. He comes into contact with some early Europeans. He is kidnapped 1614, and he's taken over to Spain. And that's really where we're going to end it for this.
That's kind of interesting. You never hear about Squanto in Spain.
Yeah. Went over to Spain and got mixed up with some friars there.
Wow. Yeah. So this is kind of like, he's in a pretty precarious place. It's not great. He's been captured. He's kidnapped. He's going to be sold as a slave. So, I see the Joseph parallels.
Yep.
Well, I hope the story picks up because I'm feeling bad for Squanto.
Yeah. So we'll leave it there. So stay tuned to next week's bonus episode, and we will pick up Squanto from there. But that's our take.
Thanks for listening to Take Two. Find us wherever you find podcasts and on YouTube for those who want to watch our videocast.